So how does buying a movie in person almost land your ass in jail? Stick around. It was back in 2021. Shout out to the stimulus check. I decided to get an OLED, and because of that, I figured, I need to watch stuff on here. I need to feel justified for this purchase. So what did I do? I started buying movies. Movies, especially physical Blu-rays and 4K Blu-rays, are like the sharpest, crispiest things you can watch on your display. I didn't have a Blu-ray player at the time. I just had my PS5. But it was good enough, okay? Dolby Vision could wait, and it was coming, don't worry. And at the time, I was struggling with a lot. My career was basically frozen. I had issues personally with like family and friends. And my education was frozen, essentially. I had to reconfigure myself to sort of know what I cared about most so I could do what was best for myself. So many, many years ago, I was watching Finding Dory with my mom, and there's some scene where she comes back with her parents, the music's doing, they're zooming in on the eyes, you see the little pool of tears at the bottom, on that lower eyelid, and I was like, I'm about to start crying. What is happening here? No, I'm not about to, all right? So I fought the urge. So with all the issues going on in my life, movies were that escapism for me, where I was able to see incredible stories and feel everything from horror to wonder to horniness, I don't know, depending on the movie, and it was great. And yeah, I watched everything. I watched everything from La La Land to WALL-E, all the Studio Ghibli, of course. The Wailing, that's another amazing movie. I'll get a clip in here of all the movies that I got, because the issue was I ran out of cabinet space, so now we're kind of stalled out in this regard, but that's for later. So this was my schedule at the time, okay? I had a 10-hour work shift, 45-minute commute, and then another 45 minutes back, right? And I'd get up like an hour and a half, 2 hours early, have breakfast, and watch a movie. At the time, nobody was the move, okay? I would just watch that. It was perfect. Guy, super boring, dull life, hates his existence, nobody respects him, and then he just shoots a bunch of people. And saves the day, saves the marriage. Everybody's happy, right? Masculinity regained. I just go to Best Buy, and every week I buy one movie. I shop around and see what caught my eye. And I didn't want to take a risk and spend like $30 on a dog shit movie. Like I'd go on Rotten Tomatoes and I'd see what the general consensus was. Like if the critics hated it, but the audience loved it, odds are it's still pretty decent. But if everybody hated it, then I just put it right back on that shelf. I mean, I wasn't about to blow my money on a stinker, but I still had the excitement of, buying it, walking, driving home, putting it in, it's just a whole thing, all right? It's a process. The delayed gratification, that's really what it's about. So this is where we start to get into some murky waters, okay? You go to the store, you see the same employee every time. You guys start chatting it up about how La La Land is awesome, which it is. Ryan Gosling. Literally me. You start to notice, the smile here, the smile there, and then you go again with a third party, and the third party is like, hey, that person lit up like a Christmas tree when they saw you. Maybe you should investigate that. Someone that also works at that place you went to school with, so you ask them, and they go, yeah, that person's 17. And you're like 22 at the time. Maybe 21, I don't know. Yeah, that was rough. So had to hit the escape on that one, okay? So that was pretty awkward. But then it gets worse, okay? Not in that context. That was the end of that story. Then Best Buy just stopped selling movies in general. Okay, thank you, Best Buy. I'm glad the space that used to have movies, filled with unique experiences, perspectives, and views that most people would never get to see in their actual lives. I'm glad that was replaced with ovens, washing machines, vacuum. Yeah. Maybe an electric scooter. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, that's totally worth it, right? So it seems we've lost. Physical has died. And the days of streaming have taken over, okay? The only choice now is to buy something either on Amazon or Grub. And frankly, if it's just a random impulse buy, it's just not as exciting, right? I mean, you see the movie, you're like, it seems decent enough, and then you order it, and by the time it gets there, you kind of just forgot you wanted to watch it, okay? I mean, every now and then there's a special, like a steelbook release of like Pulp Fiction or whatever movie you're into, and you're like, oh, hell yeah, I gotta get that. And you do, that's exciting. Or if there's like a 4K re-release of a classic, okay, now that's a good time, like Carrie, that one's pretty wicked. But yeah, it's interesting that now we have two options as consumers. You can either pay $40 for two people to go to the movies and have somebody with industrially vacuum sealed candy rip open the wrapper in the middle of a tense dramatic scene, or you can wait 4 months after a movie comes out and watch it smeary and compressed to shit on whatever streaming service you prefer to use. Good options. So maybe one day we'll go back to buying stuff in person when everyone realizes that the licenses they pay for don't actually get them ownership or any rights beyond whatever they feel like giving you at the time. Still got the collection though, all right? We still got the goated classics. Okay, I mean, look at these goated classics. Oh my god, you just, I mean, come on, look at this. I mean, come on, that's a classic right there, all right? So go ahead and share your top 3 favorite movies, okay? And make sure they're different, all right? If they're all the same, it's like, come on, all right? My favorite movie of all time, I'm gonna drop it right here. A Silent Voice. Okay, yeah, hang me in the comments, whatever. Just saying, top 10 movies. No, top 1 movies of all time. How about that? Top 1 movies of all time. All right. I think that'll do. I think that'll work pretty well. Okay. And that's pretty much that. Okay. Was I recording? I was. Okay, good.